It is our lesson number 32, and fortunately, our last interview with Dr. Sumita Prajapati was very successful interview. That's why many people asked us to do another one with her, because they sent to me a lot of questions asking that and waiting answer from her. As I told in last interview, Dr. Sumita is an eminent and famous Ayurvedic doctor. She has Ayurveda from her family. Her grandfather was also a famous Ayurvedic doctor and a famous pulse reader. I will introduce her for this time in Arabic, and I will try also to give some summary in Arabic of her answers. Anyway, I put all our last interview with her in the site in internet, and I sent to all this link of this interview. If someone I have not his phone number or WhatsApp number, he can write it here in the chat, and I will take the number and I will send to him other links. إذا الدكتورة سميتا براجاباتي نستقبلها للمرة الثانية. كانت المقابلة ناجحة جدا، وطلب منا العديد من المشاهدين والمستمعين أن نستقبلها مرة ثانية، وطرحوا علينا أسئلة، فجمعت هذه الأسئلة وهي ستجيبنا هذه المرة عنها. وكما عرفت عنها في المرة السابقة، أكتفي بحدث واحد. عندما كنا سويا سنة 2002 أو 2002 في أيلول على ما أذكر في لبنان، وكنا بصدد إجراء مقابلة على تلفزيون الجديد نيو تي في في لبنان، وكانت المذيعة امرأة شابة حامل، وأرادت أن تتحدى دكتور سميتا، فسألتها: هل تعرفين بمجرد النبض بما أنا حامل؟ ابتسمت دكتورة سميتا وأخذت يدها وجست نبضها وقالت لها ببساطة: أنت تحملين توأمين ذكر وأنثى. دهشت المذيعة دهشة كبرى، لأنها كانت قد أجرت إيكوغرافي صورة للرحم وعرفت بهذه النتيجة مسبقا، ولكن سؤالها كان: كيف استطعت أنت بمجرد دقائق أن تعرفي ما استغرق في الطب صورا عديدة وانتظارا عديدا كي يعرفوا بهذه النتيجة؟ إنه سر دكتورة سميتا، وسر قراءة النبض الذي أتقنته وتعلمته عن جدها. Dr. Sumita, welcome for the second time with us, and thanks to be with us also, and with your beautiful smile. And
thank you.
My first question is evident. Who will ask whom this time? I will ask you, or you will ask me, like your examination last time. Last time I started by asking you, but we finished it by be asked by you. And sometimes I didn't guess even how to reply to your
exam also.
It was a difficult examination from your side.
You learned from me for so many years. Now you should give correct answer.
Yeah, in fact, I was assistant of Dr. Sumita many times. First time in 2001, it was in hospital, Ayurvedic hospital in Bombay, AYUSH, its name. And after I assisted her in Lebanon one time in 2002, and I assisted her on 2011 also on her own clinic in Bombay, She has even many clinics in Bombay.
Yes.
Dr. Sumita, you suggest last time energy drink, and we put it in site, and so many people are asking from where this formula.
Yes.
From where you took this formula?
This formula is basically from Ayurvedic textbook. I have correlated it with our saying, like the breakfast like king, lunch like prince, and dinner like beggar. For making people understand, to make it easy to understand, I use this quotation.
Okay.
But breakfast like king, meaning according to Ayurveda, your breakfast should be rich and nourishing.
Rich in what?
Rich and nourishing.
Okay.
As in last session, I told you, what is the job of a prince? Job of a king, because breakfast should be like a king.
Okay.
So I asked you a question.
Yeah. You asked me. I remember. You want to give you the answer?
All wrong answer you gave me.
New examination, or I passed examination?
So the job of a king is all mental. He have to take decisions for political issues and many decisions he have to take.
Okay.
So the job of a king is mental. So our breakfast should be the things which should improve the mental functions of our brain.
Okay.
So what I explained, I'll repeat the energy drink for the new people who have joined today. So they will understand what we are talking about, So for the energy throughout the day, like you must have seen, people just pop vitamins like anything,
Okay.
One for A, B, C, D, E, F, Z, A to Z, all the vitamins people are popping up.
Okay.
Just for different vitamin sources. And also they take calcium and iron and vitamin E and whatnot.
Okay.
Okay. So when I see people eating more vitamins than the food, then I think, why not to eat something which will keep you more energetic throughout the day, and you won't need the vitamins anymore.
Okay.
So then I developed this formulation of energy drink from the ancient texts of Ayurveda, which is 5,000 years old. And then in that book, it is written that the dry fruits are the source of vitamins, minerals, calcium, and iron, which our body requires. Okay. Then I study what is the time to consume the dry fruits to have the maximum potency and maximum effect of it. Then Ayurveda says morning is the best time to consume the nourishing food. If you consume more nourishing food in the morning, you will get more benefit.
Okay.
So like dry fruits and fruits are always good to consume in the morning.
And
so then
Okay.
Now if you see, in energy drink, I had advised 2 dates.
Yes.
4 almonds. Can you see?
Okay.
Yes. So it was 2 dates, 4 almonds, 2 walnuts. Those are the dry fruits which are little heating in nature. It creates heat in your body. So the thing should be like, it should not increase the heat. So to balance that heat, I advise to soak it with fennel seeds and cardamom.
Okay.
To balance the heat of the dry fruits.
Okay.
But if you see, the dry fruits are always preserved in sulfur and all the chemicals. So how to get rid of the chemicals?
We put it on water and
soak it in the water. Also, the soaking of dry fruits will create less heat, and it will make the dry fruits very easy to digest.
Okay. TK.
Soak for 2-3 hours, throw the water, so the sulfur and the heat will go away, and then add 2 cardamom and 2 teaspoonfuls of fennel seed. Another water, throw the that water, old water, put another water, keep this mixture overnight.
Okay.
And in the morning,
I think it's enough for this point. Dr. Sumita, you suggest many times the use of ghee for many cases and problems.
Yes.
Many doctors say that ghee will increase cholesterol in blood. Is it true? What is your answer?
True. If you see now in London, I go regularly to London. And I get more Western doctor as my patient than the normal people.
Okay.
So the Western doctor who used to advise their patients to eat more, to stop the ghee and stop the oil.
Okay.
After attending my workshop and after attending my pulse reading, they started to have more ghee in the food, and also they are suggesting their clients to eat ghee. I convinced them by giving them my example. Like when I was doing MD, I was very confused because after reading the Ayurveda, everywhere you read, they say about ghee is a rasayan, ghee will rejuvenate you, ghee will give this. Thousands of uses of ghee is mentioned in Ayurveda.
Yeah.
But after hearing so many things about cholesterol and triglyceride and alpha, I told my guide to do some research in by giving ghee to the patients. You won't believe we gave ghee to 200 patients.
Okay. Yes.
We had a huge camp in Podar Hospital when I was doing MD.
Yeah, I know this hospital.
We gave, you came with me to meet my guide.
Dr. Kohli. Dr. Kohli was your...
Yes. So, in that huge camp, we gave around half a kg of ghee to all the patients.
Half
in
kg?
Increase.
Yeah.
Every day they have to drink the ghee for 7 days.
Okay.
In increasing doses, like 3 teaspoon, 5 teaspoon, 10 teaspoon.
Okay.
Some people, they used to drink 1 glass at a time at the end. We gave them ghee till the oiling symptoms came to them.
Okay.
So after giving them that much of ghee, and then we gave them Vaman treatment and Virechin treatment, like purgation and vomiting treatment. You won't believe, after the treatment and before the treatment, we checked the lipid profile.
Okay.
Each and every patient. And all the patients showed improvement in good cholesterol, reduction in the bad cholesterol, and overall cholesterol and triglyceride level were reduced to 20 to 30 units.
Okay.
Also, instead of gaining weight, everyone lost weight.
Okay. Ghee, Dr. Sumita, we can take it cold from the directly from the refrigerator. We should cook it, or in any case it is equal.
Refrigeration. Remember one thing. Pure ghee is pure. It doesn't require refrigeration. You can keep it outside for thousands of years. Because according to Ayurveda, the older the ghee, the more effective it is. Like in my case, I store ghee for 10 years, 15 years, I store it. The more old the ghee, the more healing power it has.
Okay. Okay.
But always remember to store it in either a glass container or a steel container, not in plastic.
Okay.
Then it will be very effective. And keep it outside the refrigerator in normal room temperature.
But we can put it in the refrigerator, or?
You can, but it doesn't require. But always remember, never put a dirty spoon inside it or dirty anything inside it. If it is wet, little bit water will also spoil the ghee.
Okay.
So whenever you're removing the ghee, use very dry spoon.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So just take normal ghee and put it on the top of your food, or cook your food with the ghee.
Both. So we can cook with it and we can use it normally.
Yes.
Okay.
You won't. My grandfather, I told you, he died at the age of 98. He was also Ayurvedic pulse reader. I shared the story last time.
Yeah, that's what I told in Arabic. Yeah.
Yes. He used to take ghee, like one cup of ghee.
Okay.
Till the age of 97. And he had no eyeglasses.
Dr. Sumita,
sick.
You talked also on ginger. You suggest ginger, the use of ginger. And
Yes.
some doctors say that ginger will increase BP, blood pressure. Is it
Yes.
true?
See, there are two different kind of ginger, if you know.
Mm.
One is a fresh ginger,
Yes.
the root which we get.
Yes.
One
And
is a
the
dry
other
ginger.
powder.
Dry ginger is called suntha in Sanskrit. Okay. So the fresh ginger will help to reduce the temperature of your body.
Okay.
So if you have fever-like symptoms, then use fresh ginger.
Okay.
And the dry ginger will help to increase the body temperature. Many people you must have seen, their hand and legs are cold.
Okay.
It is cold. So what we do, we rub the ginger powder below the feet and on the sole.
Okay.
There are many people you must have seen, paralysis patients. You know, when there is a paralysis patient, the feet, if you touch, it's cold like ice.
Yes.
When the hands are cold like ice. The reason?
The reason, what aggravation seem, no?
Aggravation, lack of circulation.
Okay.
When your heart is circulate the blood properly.
Yes.
Then you get cold extremities. So according to Ayurveda, what we do, we take ginger powder and rub on the feet properly.
Okay.
Then heat increases, the circulation will improve and they start feeling better.
Okay. Okay.
Same way, if you have patients with sinus headache, lots of kapha in the sinus area, you can make a paste of dry ginger with water and apply on the forehead. It will help a lot to reduce the sinus headache.
Okay.
You want more examples?
You can give the last one. If
Yes.
you want.
So, see, according to our theory, what is the main basic principle? In Hindi, we say sar ko rakho thanda, pair ko rakho garam, or pet ko rakho naram.
What it means?
That's what I'm saying. Sar ko rakho thanda means your head should be cold. Pair ko rakho garam means the leg should be warm.
Warm. Yes.
And pet ko rakho naram means your stomach should be soft, not hard.
Soft. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is basic principle.
Soft. It means in motions should be soft.
No, the stomach should be soft.
Okay.
When you your stomach, it should be soft. It should not be like hard and bloated.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So how to keep your head cool?
How to you talked last day. It was by
ghee on the temples.
By ghee. Yes.
Yes. How to keep your legs hot?
So legs, it is by ginger.
Rub the dry ginger powder on the feet, below the feet.
Okay.
Okay. And how to keep your stomach soft?
You have to tell. This is.
I have to teach you again. Huh? You have to come to Mumbai. There are things according to Ayurveda, like fresh ginger. Fresh ginger you can boil to make ginger water.
Yes.
And drink the water. Then there are spices like ajwain, wild celery seeds.
Yes. Okay.
You can put wild celery seeds in the warm water and drink it.
Okay. Okay.
So these are the warming spices which will keep your digestion better, and then your stomach will become soft, not bloated.
Dr. Sumita, you suggest also use of oil with water and salt for jalaneti, yani purifying of the nose.
Yes.
Why using oil with it? Because in yoga we use only salt. And how to do it? How to make it?
Jalaneti uses mainly warm water and salt. Okay. Now, what is the nature of warm water and salt?
Water, it should be warm. Cannot take normal water.
Normal also. What is the quality of water and salt?
To purify, to remove toxins, to purify, to kill also.
But the main nature is drying. So what it will do, it will dry up the mucosal membrane.
Okay.
And what I taught you in last lecture about how to prevent corona? By
oil.
How?
And steam inhalation, and to put oil in the nose.
Nose, inside the ears. Why we put oil? Because if you have proper lubrication, the viruses and bacteria won't be able to enter inside.
Okay.
Okay. So if you are doing Jalaneti with so much water and salt, it is not going to be oily. It will make it more and more dry, which doesn't solve our purpose.
Okay.
So for better purpose, put little castor oil or sesame oil or anu tel we get in Ayurveda. Put little bit of that and then do neti. Then it won't harm you.
Yeah, it is good. So also that oil come inside and will crush it by.
Yes.
Okay. ठीक
Help lubricate the sinuses and remove the toxins very easily instead of only using water and salt.
Okay. Dr. Sumita, you talked about steam inhalation last time. How long we should do it, and with what we should do steam inhalation?
See, in Ayurveda we believe that it is called Svedan.
Yes.
Inhalation treatment comes under Svedan treatment in Panchakarma. Or in general we call it as Svedan. What is Svedan? Sweating.
Yes. Means transpiration. Yes.
So any steam inhalation you have to do till you sweat.
Okay.
So when you sweat outside, that means inside also your mucosal membrane is sweating. So it will remove the toxins. So do it till you start properly sweating.
Yeah, we have not fixed time, 5 minutes, then how long?
It depends from person to person. If you are a Pitta type, you will sweat with 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
But if you are a Vata type, it will take 5 minutes. If you are Kapha type, it may take 10 minutes.
Okay.
It differs from person to person. But the criteria is you should sweat. There is no general rule. Because Ayurveda doesn't believe in same thing for everyone. Ayurveda believe in different kind of people. There are different kind of people of planet. Vat, Pitta and Kapha.
ठीक है.
Everyone is not same.
ठीक है. You talked also last time, Dr. Sumita, about castor oil and sesame oil. For which purpose the use of each of these two?
Castor oil basically is a vata reducing. So mainly for arthritis. Any form of arthritis. It may be osteoarthritis, it may be rheumatoid, it may be gout, it may be ankylosing spondylitis or normal spondylitis or sciatica. You won't believe I must have given castor oil to more than 2 lakh people. And personally, I also take castor oil because, as my mother was suffering from rheumatoid arthritis before, and as it is hereditary, I don't want to get it. So prevention is better than cure according to Ayurveda. Prevent arthritis. If in your family someone is having castor oil, arthritis. If you don't want to get it, start taking castor oil at night. It is the best lubricant.
And sesame oil?
Sesame oil is mainly a richest source of calcium. So you can use it in the cooking. Also, you can use it for a full body massage.
Okay.
Also, sesame seeds, white sesame seeds, good source of calcium and magnesium. Like as I told you last time, Lebanese females, they use lots of sesame seeds. That is the reason many females I saw, they had strong bones and they used to climb at the 90 age to your house on the 3rd floor.
Yes.
Because sesame seeds make the bones strong.
Okay.
And sesame oil is more better, because it's extra sesame.
ठीक है.
And mainly for the Vata kind of people, sesame oil is the best.
Okay.
Even for cooking.
Mm-hmm. For cooking?
Yes, I personally use sesame oil for cooking at my home.
Okay. You talked also...
And all.
You talked last time also on marma. Which kind of marma can any person do for himself?
Yes. So first marma I already taught you last time for sleep.
Yeah.
Repeat it. Yes.
With ghee here.
Yes. And?
On the feet.
Below the feet. But remember to remove the socks.
Yes. To remove toxins.
First remove the socks from the foot and then apply.
Of course, of course. And there is other marmas points.
You have to apply ghee on your temples. At bedtime, press this point 6 times. This is the marma point for sleep.
Okay. 6 times. Yeah.
6 times. It is a rule. Press 6 times for any marma.
6 times.
6 times.
Okay.
Okay. Then there are many, like more than
108, I think, point of marma.
Sorry?
I think 108 points of marma in the body.
Yes, in our body there are 108 energy points. Because of our wrong diet, our wrong lifestyle, or our postural problems, they get blocked.
Okay.
And because blocking of the marma points, we get different problems. By activating those points, you won't believe, even if you use the proper marma point, you can connect yourself with the super consciousness.
Okay.
Many different marmas for focus, concentration, meditation, samadhi, dhyan, dharana, Ashtanga yoga.
Yes.
There are many marmas explained in Ayurveda. Because as you know, yoga and Ayurveda is a sister science.
Yes.
So there are many things about marma you can learn. So first is sleep marma, which I explained you last time. Then nowadays, because of the corona, people are afraid about the immunity system,
Yes.
Everyone wants to improve the immune system and no one wants to get corona. So I'll share you one example. I was doing a workshop in America in Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
And I was talking about the marma points. And then one lady, she was sitting in a corner in the lecture. Yes. And she was not paying proper attention to my workshop. She was just sitting like this, nervous and very different kind of look. And then I was getting distracted from that. But next day, what happened? She came as a client to my clinic. And when I asked her, what happened? Why did you come today? Because yesterday I saw you were not paying too much attention in my workshop. What happened? What made you come today?
Yes.
She told me, doctor, I attended your workshop with only one intention. If I thought if I'll feel something better from your workshop, then only I'll come to you.
Okay.
So when you explained me when you were explaining the immunity marma, that clicked me. And then today I'm here to show my pulse. I said, what is your problem? What experience you felt with that marma point? So she said, doctor, I am a patient of IBS with ulcerative colitis.
Okay.
You know ulcerative colitis?
No, what it means?
Colitis is a disease which happens before the cancer of intestine.
Yes. Okay.
So pass motion many times. Whatever they eat, they have to go for passing the stools. And then they pass lots of blood and pus through the stools.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So when she heard the lecture, she told me, I pressed that point, and next day I did it regularly, after attending to your lecture workshop, I was just doing that marma point throughout the evening.
Okay.
And next morning when I went to pass the motion, there was no blood.
Wow.
After so many years, she said. So she
Just
told,
from
just
the
be
first
doing
time.
much about it. If my blood can come under control, then I must see the doctor and follow her guidelines. Do you want to learn the karma point?
Yeah. What is this? Yeah, if you can tell it, it will be great.
You have to see the center of your right hand.
Yes.
Take the center, exact center of the right hand.
Yes.
And then if you will press a little bit, you will find a hard tendon over there, which will be painful initially. The more pain you have means more low immunity you have. Okay. So you press this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
And release it. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and release it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and release it. Like this, you have to do 6 times.
6 times. 6 by 6.
When your one set is 6 into 6.
Okay.
And then in your mind, you have to focus that my immunity is better. My immunity is 100%.
So how long from here?
Positive.
It is
in the center of the arm. It a bit 1 centimeter here and there is okay.
Okay.
You will find a very painful tendon in the middle. That is the point for immune system.
Okay. 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 We talked also last time, Dr. Sumita, about menopause, and you say that menopause should be for 50 years. How to keep menopause at this age?
See, nowadays, like one female I saw in my practice, her period were gone at the age of 30. And then we did the hormone testing and everything. The blood test was showing that her hormones are like the age of 65. And she was a 30-year young girl.
Yeah.
I asked her what happened, Was there any stress or any big incidents in your life or something had? So she said, yes, doctor, I had a very bad marriage life and my husband was very abusive. And then he used to beat me, and then suddenly my father expired. And I was only dependent on my father, and I had nothing else to, no one else to look after me. And that was the day I had such a big shock. After that day, I never got my period. So sudden mental shock or stress or wrong diet and lifestyle. There are many, many, many reasons to get early menopause nowadays. Then you must have seen the nowadays we eat lots of junk food and we don't exercise. We are just in the front of mobile or computer, or in watching Netflix and all. So the sedentary lifestyle, all these things contribute to early menopause.
Okay.
So in order to get menopause on time, you have to keep your hormones under normal by doing proper diet, lifestyle, yoga, meditation, walk, and all these things.
Okay. About you, Dr. Sumita.
Are you able to hear?
What?
Are you able to hear me properly? Someone is writing.
Yes, I am hearing you. You are hearing me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. But one question about you, this continual young age you have, is it from Ayurveda or from spiritual life or from both, Dr. Sumita?
Both. Both. As I told you, I drink Ayurveda.
Young. What you are doing to keep yourself always young?
According to Ayurveda. My food is completely Ayurvedic. My lifestyle is Ayurvedic. I do meditation. I do yoga. And I keep very positive mindset. And I'm happy from the heart. So when you are happy from the heart, it reflects on your face.
Okay.
It will keep you young. So try to stay away from the negative people, negativity, stress. Just embrace positivity. Stay with positive, good people, and enjoy your life, because life is short. I always tell you.
Yeah, you are right. Totally right. I will ask you again about to put ghee so below the eyes and feet. It is for vata aggravated for what?
It's here.
Yeah.
In between the eyes and a ear, there is a part called temples. Apply ghee over here and on the sole below the feet at night for proper sleep.
Both are for vata?
Both are for vata and for better sleep.
Better sleep. Okay. Okay.
And even it will help to control the blood pressure.
Okay. Blood pressure.
Yes. Yes. I have advised to thousands of people. Slowly the blood pressure medicines start to reduce. But along with that, they also take my supplements to control the blood pressure. So initially they have to take whatever Western medicine they are taking by keeping half an hour gap between the two. And then slowly, when the blood pressure comes down, we can reduce the doses of blood pressure medication and stop them.
Okay. Okay. Dr. Sumita, you have a magical memory. You remember even the names of your patients from 20 years. You were here in Lebanon for one time and you're still asking me about Jocelyn, X, Y. And also you remember Arabic name, Tahina, and how you keep this to and cultivate this memory. You have how you to do and how to have such a memory like your memory.
Elephant memory, yeah?
Yeah, it seemed like.
I mainly do energy drink every day without fail. I may be in any country. I carry the dry fruits and energy drink things with me. And every day morning I take energy drink. Second thing is I do meditation regularly. You must have seen in Lebanon doing meditation too. So meditation also helps to improve memory. And then I have my own supplements called Happy Mento.
Yeah.
Which has good herbs like Brahmi, Shankapushpi and Jatamansi, which helps to keep your memory very good. Focus, concentration. Also, it helps to prevent Alzheimer and all.
Okay.
So Ayurveda says to balance the vata from the brain. If too much air is entering in your head area, then the memory, focus, concentration goes down.
Okay.
So what remedies and Happy Mento will do, will remove the vata from the head and rejuvenate the brain.
How to remove the vata from the brain?
By doing meditation, pranayam, and by Pitta Diet, also the energy drink which I explained you, and the supplement which I told you, Happy Mento I have. So all these things in combination works very beautifully to improve the memory, focus and concentration.
Last time you suggest also oil in the ear. It is for what?
Thing is in the ear, according to Ayurveda, is called Karna Puran. Karna means ear and Puran means to put.
Okay.
Or fill. So you have to fill your ears with the warm oils.
Warm oil.
So what is the main dosha in ears? Can you tell me?
The main it is vata, I think, no?
Vata, yes. Ear is the place of vata.
Okay.
Okay. And what is the remedy for vata?
Everything oily, because vata is not humid. Oil.
Yes. Tell me the two properties of vata. How is vata?
Vata, it is dry.
Dry.
And it is movement. It is moving.
It moves very fast.
Yeah.
And
also you want dry.
You're a good student. You can remember. What is temperature of vata?
He is cold.
Yes, correct. So cold and dry is the nature of vata.
Okay.
Okay. What is opposite to cold and dry?
Dry, it is oily, and cold,
Oily.
it should be warm.
Warm.
Yeah.
So put warm or ghee. Simple.
Warm, oil or ghee?
Oil. See, again,
Oil.
ghee. Ghee is best for which dosha?
Yes. It is for Pitta ghee, not for Vata.
And what is ear? What is the which dosha is in the
Vata.
ear?
It is Vata.
Oil in the ear.
So eyes is Pitta and ear is
Pitta. In eyes. Like I have so many clients. They are putting artificial eye drops, you know?
Yes.
Their eyes doesn't produce tears anymore.
Okay.
The eyes are becoming very, very dry. And the doctors are advising them to put artificial eye drops for lifelong. And they have so many side effects, as you know, with the chemicals.
Yes.
I just give them this simple remedy to put cow ghee like a kajal inside the eyes at night. You won't believe the dryness problem completely goes away. They don't require any eye drops.
Only by using of ghee?
Just put ghee in the eyes, because eyes is the place of Pitta.
I tried this one, but I remember that sometimes it gives me, not clear vision.
That is the reason I told you to apply at night when you go to bed. You don't have to see anything in the night, no, just the dreams.
Okay.
So apply in the eyes and go to bed. Simple.
Okay.
And that is the reason when we do Netra Basti, you remember, on the eyes?
Yes.
So when we do Netra Basti also, we pour lots of ghee and we let it, swim.
Okay.
Inside the eyes. Because it pulls down the Pitta.
Okay. You are also treating many skin problems and skin diseases, Dr. Sumita.
Yes.
For example, like psoriasis, how you treat it?
Psoriasis, you must have seen, 100% gets cured. You have seen so many patients with me.
I follow it many.
Covered with the psoriasis and it's completely cured. Okay. The main reason of psoriasis, according to Ayurveda, is excess of blood impurity.
Okay.
Like, for example, when you have lots of heat inside the earth, what happens?
Volcano. Yeah.
So, when you have excess of heat inside your body, what will happen? Comes out in the form of volcano eruption, in the form of skin diseases.
Okay.
But when you have excess of heat or excess of blood impurity or toxins, then you may get psoriasis if your immunity is also low.
Okay.
So what we do, we remove the toxins through the stools. We purify the blood. We reduce the heat and we give them detox. Automatically, the old skin will start to fall out and the new skin comes up.
Okay.
So for that, they need to follow the Pitta diet. And the supplements which I advise are for purifying the blood, like Glowderm and Ayuglow. I have many different kind of supplements which helps to improve the blood purification and heal the skin and develop new skin.
Okay.
And then if it is in excess, then we give Virechan treatment, Panchakarma. Like that patient you saw in Andheri, he did 4 times Virechan and he had 90% of the body covered with psoriasis. Now he looks so handsome. He got married and now he has 2 kids also. You remember that guy? He was looking so bad with the psoriasis. He was completely depressed because of the psoriasis. But now he is so happy. He must have referred more than 500 clients to me.
He is 100% cured from psoriasis?
Yes. I can send you his before and after pictures.
Okay. Dr. Sumita, what about ovarian problems for females?
Ovarian. There are multiple kinds of ovarian problem, like polycystic ovarian disease or ovarian cyst, hormone-related ovarian swelling, or if the female is wanting to get pregnant, then low AMH. When there is AMH is very low, then they cannot conceive naturally. Then they have to go for IVF or donor eggs.
Okay.
But you won't believe, I have so many females, their AMH were less than 1. And they conceived naturally with Ayurvedic herbs. My treatment. I have so many testimonials on my website and Facebook. You can see them. Below 1, no doctor will touch you for your own eggs. They will always tell you to get the donor egg for the IVF for getting pregnant. Okay. But Ayurveda is the only solution to rejuvenate your ovaries and to improve the quality and quantity of the eggs.
Okay.
And then even for the polycystic ovarian disease, I have hundreds of females. They are completely cured. And even ovarian cyst, you must have seen one example, one testimonial.
Yes.
She had like 5.5 centimeter big ovarian cyst.
Oh, okay.
And just within 3 months of my supplements, the cyst completely shrink. And there was no cyst in the sonography. They thought that she had already operated, but then she told, no, I just took the Ayurvedic herbs.
Only by Ayurvedic.
Because Ayurveda handles the root cause of the problem by balancing the hormone and detoxifying the system.
And for the problem of fibroid in the...
Fibroid is also very common nowadays. And you must have seen many females having 9 centimeter fibroid also dissolves.
Also only by
the herbs, because according to our theory, fibroid is nothing but the mansa vruddhi. Mans means muscle.
Okay.
And vruddhi means extra growth of muscles.
Okay.
So as you learned from me, there are 7 dhatu agnis. You remember dhatu, 7 dhatu?
Ah, of course, 7 dhatu, and the last one is the Oja, no? The product of the...
So every dhatu has one digestive fire, like Ras, Rakta, Mans, Med, Asthi, Majja and Shukra.
Okay.
Everyone has one digestive fire to go to the next dhatu. Okay. So from white colored plasma, when the Rasa Agni acts, there is a red colored blood form. Then on the red colored blood, when the Rakta Agni is working, then the mouse is formed.
Okay.
Mouse or muscle is formed. So in between the Rakta and Mans, if there is some problem of Rakta Agni, then the muscle will grow.
Okay.
Shrink. So the muscle growth, if you want to reduce the fibroid, reduce the cyst, you have to work on Agni.
Agni.
Yes.
To increase acne, you mean to increase acne?
Both the Agni, if you work on Rakta and Mans Dhatu Agni, automatically the fibroid will start to shrink.
Okay.
There are many herbs like Kanchanar Gugul, Kaishur Gugul, Amrit Prabhavati, Cyclonov. There are so many supplements which work on these 2 Agni.
Okay.
They balance Agni, automatically the fibroid size will start to reduce. It's very common, very simple, Ayurveda.
Yeah.
Understand the basic principle, it's very simple to understand.
Okay. What about hyperacidity and how you treat it?
Heat and acidity is again Pitta Dosha.
Okay.
So Pitta will always get aggravated by eating spicy, sour, fermented food, too much chili. If you have Pitta Dosha, like tell me quality of Pitta again, like Vata, there are 2 quality of Pitta. How is Pitta?
Pitta is heat and acid.
How is acid? How it works?
How it works? The acid, you mean?
What is the force of acid?
The force of acid? What do you mean? I didn't get it.
What is the quality of acid? What it?
Yeah, the quality of acid. It is it's sour, no? The taste.
There is two main quality of Pitta according to Ayurveda. In Sanskrit, it is called as Ushna and Tikshna.
Yeah. So what it means?
Ushna means hot.
Yes.
And Tikshna means sharp and penetrating.
Okay.
Okay, sharp and penetrating. Like if you pour acid on something, immediately it will burn. It will not wait, you know.
Yes.
It's sharp and it penetrates deep.
Okay.
So what are the food which are hot, sharp and penetrating?
What is your question?
What are the food which are hot, sharp and penetrating?
The food which are hot, or what we can reduce temperature?
What will increase Pitta?
What will increase or decrease? Increase Pitta. Ginger will increase Pitta. Everything also hot. Everything spicy, hot, spicy, like and acid. Everything acid. It will increase Pitta. No.
Correct. Anything which is hot, sharp and penetrating will increase Pitta.
Okay.
And anything which is cold and healing and mild will reduce Pitta. So what is that? What will reduce Pitta? Now you only give the answer.
Ghee first. It is ghee. No.
Ghee is best for Pitta.
Yeah. And
which are the spices which are cooling and nourishing?
Cooling. Other things.
Spices.
Spices.
Yes.
Because spicy is not.
There are 3 spices which are very cooling.
Turmeric.
No, turmeric is heating.
What is the spice cooling?
In the comment box also, everyone.
What?
Other people can also write in the comment box.
Okay.
Cooling spices. This is the exam now.
Yeah, it's an examination. So we have nothing.
Spices, Lwiss, you should remember.
Yeah.
See, first answer came Jeera. Very good. Jeera means cumin.
Okay. And what other?
Pepper.
Fennel seeds. Second answer. Third one, still not getting. No.
Had not enough time to wait all.
First,
Cardamom.
No. First is
Pepper.
cumin,
Black pepper.
coriander, and is fennel. Coriander, yes, Aparna Sawan. So cumin.
Just write. We have not a time to hear everyone.
Yes. Now you can mute everyone. So cumin, coriander, and fennel seeds.
Okay.
Dhania, jeera, and sof. These 3 are the best cooling spices.
Okay.
For any Pitta-related issues.
Okay.
Like I was in California and one pharmacist came to me. I saw his pulse. I told you have duodenal ulcer. And he said, please suggest me something because they are planning to get me operated.
Okay.
So I just told him to do this cumin, coriander and fennel water.
Yes.
And I gave him supplements. After 3 months, when he went back, when they did endoscopy, there was no ulcer.
Just by home remedies?
Just by home remedy and the supplements, obviously, I gave him by seeing the pulse. Cooling Pitta supplements. And completely the ulcers were gone.
Okay. Our last question, Dr. Sumita, what about cholesterol? How you are treating it?
Cholesterol comes under which dosha? Tell me.
Cholesterol, it should be it should be kapha, no? It is impurities and
expert now. You are an expert now.
By assisting you.
Cholesterol, triglyceride, heart block, diabetes, urinary tract infection, bladder problem, sinus problem, respiratory allergies. These are all kapha related issues.
Okay.
So for cholesterol and triglyceride, you have to follow the Kapha diet and Kapha lifestyle. All this diet and lifestyle you can always get on my website, ayushanti.com.
Okay.
Go to my website, you will get all the diet and lifestyle and home remedies. So maybe for cholesterol and triglyceride, the best spices would be cinnamon.
Okay, cinnamon.
So use more cinnamon in your food, like when you are making tea or when you are boiling the milk, put cinnamon in your food. When you are eating fruit, then you can sprinkle cinnamon powder on it and have it.
Okay.
You can even make cinnamon tea and drink it. Also, exercise is very good. All Kapha diet and lifestyle is good. Then Medohar Gugul, there is a supplement called Medohar Gugul, which is very good to control the cholesterol and triglyceride. Also, there is Rudraj, Arjun Ghanvati, Slicona. There are many different supplements which helps a lot. Like I who had 1000 cholesterol triglyceride, now it's 150. Just by following the dietary supplements and the diet properly.
Okay. They are asking me about cancer and breast cancer. Do you have some treatment?
See, cancer, now again you give me the answer. Which dosha comes under cancer?
I think all doshas are,
Now, you don't need me.
Huh?
You don't need me now. You are an expert.
No, I'm just...
Cancer is nothing but three dosha. If you remember, I told you the pulse of a cancer.
Yeah, three doshas are perturbed.
If all the three doshas are jumping high, you can say cancer. Because cancer is nothing but derangement of all the three doshas, Vata, Pitta and Kapha.
Okay.
So when all the three doshas are disturbed, you cannot cure it. So there is no cure if it is already diagnosed as cancer. But what you can do is you can prevent the side effects of the chemotherapy and radiation.
Okay.
By taking Ayurvedic supplements, by keeping half an hour gap between the both, slowly, the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation will reduce. The immune system you can enhance, and you can reduce the relapse of the cancer or metastasis of the cancer. That you can at least do, and improve the quality of life of a patient with Ayurvedic herbs. Hello?
I think Lwiss has a power cut in his place, so usually it continues 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Dr. Sumita, it is Lebanese problem always with electricity.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
So our last question after cancer, your last message for everyone, what you want to say as a final message.
Final message is try to keep your diet, lifestyle, everything under control as much as possible. Do regular meditation. Keep yourself covered with positivity, with positive people. Don't go to negativity. Have more sattvic food. Try to have more and more sattvic diet and lifestyle. It will help you a lot.
Okay. TK, we haven't electricity, but it was really a very beautiful moment with you, and it was also a very useful interview. May we can also see you in another interview, but for the moment we are so happy to welcome you 2 times and to get all this knowledge from you. May God bless you, and we hope always continual success in your job in India and outside India, in everywhere where you were, where you were.
Thank you.
Jayma.
Jayma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Jacqueline,
Yes.
are you there? You are hearing me, Jahra? فيك تعلي له شوي؟ एक minute. فيك تعلي له؟ Dr. Jacqueline. وينه؟ دكتور جاكفيني هذه اللي شبتي لي رجعت دكتور جاكفيني.
Yes.
It is your turn.
Okay.
مش عم بسمعوا منيح. طب एक minute, 1 minute.
Voilà. Oui, il faut remettre le micro.
Oui, oui, c'est bon.
C'est bon,
C'est
d'accord.
bon.
C'est bon, on y arrive.
Oui. Donc, you want to talk in English or in French?
Maybe I can start in English. We will see. Yes.
Okay. If people remain, we'll continue in English. Otherwise,
Yes.
we start meditation, guided meditation with our Professor Jagveen for the moment. We'll start it in English so people can remain. And after this, also meditation, we'll answer some questions. You can start, Dr. Jagveen, please.
Okay, so we will start by home, and afterwards I will guide meditation. Today's topic will be the link between sensation and mental images.
إذن سنبدأ الآن التأمل، والموضوعه العام هو العلاقة بين الإحساسات والصور الذهنية.
I feel it's an important topic, and I have been practicing meditation for the past 43 years, and this topic is important.
إذن منذ 35 سنة وأنا أتأمل وأعلم التأمل، ويبدو لي أن هذا الموضوع أساسي ومهم جدا، العلاقة بين الإحساسات والصور الذهنية.
It's like a key to open the door of the psyche.
إنه هو كمفتاح لفتح أبواب النفس وعلم النفس.
So we will start by this aroma which calms down the mind.
سنبدأ بالأوم الذي يهدئ الفكر والذهن.
And gives an immediate feeling of unity.
ويعطي شعورا تلقائيا وسريعا بالوحدة والتوحيد.
And what could say that unity is the ultimate cure.
وما نستطيع أن نقوله أن هذه الوحدة هي الشفاء الأسمى.
Stress is fragmenting, fear is fragmenting, but unity is curing.
إذن يعالج ويشفي التشنجات على اختلاف أنواعها.
We continue with the subtle Om, Sukshma, Omkar.
On continue avec un Om intérieur. نتابع بأم داخلي
which is close to the pranava, means the sound of silence.
وهو قريب من صوت الصمت.
We feel that all tensions are dissolved into this sound, into this vibration.
ونشعر أن كل التشنجات تذوب في هذا الصوت، صوت الأم الداخلي.
Subtle Om is just like the sound of a gong.
إذن هذا الأم يشبه صوت الجيكونغ المستخدم في المعابد البوذية.
The sound of the gong destroys all tensions, all sufferings.
وصوت الجيكونغ يدمر كل الآلام والعذابات.
It's a proverb which says that in South Asia.
هذا مثل يردد في جنوب آسيا.
We continue with a subtle Om.
نتابع مع هذا الأم.
Now we will do a simple experience.
الآن سنقوم باختبار بسيط.
We will take 3 different types of posture.
نمارس وضعيات 3 مختلفة.
And observe which kind of mental images come up with these different postures.
وسنقارن مختلف الأوضاع الأفكار الذهنية التي تأتي مع هذه الوضعيات.
First posture, letting go.
أول وضعية ندع الأمور تذهب كما هي.
One get like asleep while sitting.
والثانية هي أن نتمدد كأننا نائمين.
The head, the nose plunge forward.
إذن الرأس يكون مستغرقا متمددا بالأسفل.
Everything becomes loose.
ونرخي كل أعضاء وأجزاء الجسم.
There are no more tensions in the neck.
لا يعود هناك أي تشنج في الرقبة.
Relax in this posture and just observe which kind of mental images come up.
نسترخي وندع كل هذه الصور الذهنية تأتي أو ترد إلى الفكر.
C'est comme quand, it's like one gets asleep, many images come up.
إذن كما لو أن المرء ينام وتبدأ الصور في الحلم تأتي.
Body is very relaxed and images come up.
إذن وعندما تأتي هذه الصور فهذا أمر يزيد في استرخاء الإنسان.
Go beyond the first images. There may be other different images behind the first ones.
إذن لنذهب إلى ما هو أبعد من الصورة الأولى.
Try to be in a state where you don't feel your body anymore, but you dream it.
إذن حاولوا أن تكونوا في حالة وكأنكم لا تشعرون بالجسد وإنما تحلمون به.
Indeed, we all know this state, but the difficulty is to call it back in meditation.
نحن نعرف هذه الحالة ولكن يصعب أن نسترجعها في التأمل.
We may have complex sensations, emotions, but suddenly one image pops up which resumes these complex sensations and emotions.
يمكن أن يكون عندنا الكثير من مركبات الصور الذهنية، ولكن وبصورة مفاجئة صورة معينة تبدو واضحة وتظهر بصورة قوية.
Now we take somehow the opposite posture.
الآن خذوا وضعية المختلفة المناقضة للأولى.
The back becomes a little tense.
إذن الظهر يصير مشدودا قليلا.
And we bend more or less backwards.
ولذا نقعر الظهر قليلا.
We even exaggerate this movement backwards.
يمكن أيضا أن نزيد من هذا حركة الظهر هذه.
What is the state of mind with this posture? Which kind of images come to the mind in this posture? To give you a key, when we bend forward, it's connected more with avidity and somnolence. And when we bend backward, it's connected more with aversion and excitation, mental agitation. It's just schematic, it's gross appreciation, but still it works. And so to go beyond these two extremes, come back to the pure vertical. Feel both the upright position and somehow expansion of the body. There is something paradoxical, special in the body. When you stretch the body, it doesn't become thinner like a simple muscle, but there is a special reaction, and usually it gets some expansion. It's a new science of the body called tensegrity, which explains that. But one can feel it. Getting upright and feeling expansion at the same time. To play in the words in English, one could say that the good posture of meditation is being upright without being uptight. Uptight means tense. Upright means right not only physically but also morally, ethically. So being upright without being uptight.
Oui, Jacques.
Oui, c'est bon. On redémarre.
Ouais.
Oui, on a connecté donc sur la posture. Maintenant, on va. We will lie down.
Attends, quand nous join this computer audio, join this computer. C'est bon? Tu m'entends?
C'est bon, oui.
Oui. OK, on y va.
Je pense qu'on peut continuer en français, là. La plupart des Indiens, presque tous les Indiens sont partis, je pense. Voilà, hein, donc on peut s'allonger, prendre la posture de l'empereur. Oui, il faut que tu branches ton micro, Lwiss.
Ah, oui.
Oui, c'est bon.
الآن في وضعية الإمبراطور. Tu m'entends? Tu m'entends, Jacques?
Il va vraiment se détendre, vraiment aller proche du sommeil.
إذن نتمدد ونسترخي تماما.
Mais pour que ce soit une méditation et pas simplement une rêvasserie.
ولكن يجب أن يكون تأملا وليس مجرد حلم.
Il faut donner des racines à l'arbre de notre mental.
إذن علينا أن نصل إلى جذور شجرة الذهن، ذهننا.
Une manière de faire est de mettre les deux mains directement en contact avec le hara.
وواحدة من الطرق كي نفعل ذلك هي أن نضع اليدين في اتصال مباشر مع الهارة.